What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jackson. In this video, I'm gonna go through all of Chase's personal credit cards and rank them on Tiermaker. So without further ado, let's start with the Amazon Prime card. This card gets you 5% back on Amazon and Whole Foods. It does have a $0 annual fee, but it does require an Amazon Prime membership. So I think that's pretty good, and being able to get 5% back on Amazon is good if you were already planning on having an Amazon Prime subscription. So I'm going to put this in the A tier. However, if you weren't planning on getting a Prime subscription and you're forcing yourself to get a Prime subscription in order to have this card, I don't know if it's worth it then, unless you just spend a lot of money on Amazon. The next card is the Disney Visa card, and this gets you $150 back when you spend $150 or more, and it also gets 1% back on all card purchases, and you can redeem those at Disney. I don't think this card's that great, to be honest. I'm gonna put it in the D tier. The next card on the list is the Disney Premier card, and just like its little brother, it also now gets 2% back on all Disney purchases, but it does have a $49 annual fee. No, this sucks. I'm gonna put it in the D tier. Next, we have the Freedom Flex card, and this is a new card offered by Chase that started around a year ago. Right now, it gets you 5% back up to $1,500 on rotating categories. It also gets you 5% back on travel booked through Chase Travel Portal, 3% back on restaurants, including takeout, 3% on drugstores, and 1% back on everything else. For $0 annual fee, I think this is an absolute win. I'm definitely putting this in the A tier. The next card on the list is the Freedom Student card. I think this is good if you are an entry level someone to the credit card community. However, this does not get you any rewards. It just gets you 1% cash back on everything, which is not that great. And it does give you $20 as a reward for having good grades every 5 years. So I personally just wouldn't recommend this. I'm gonna put it in the C tier just to kind of be nice, because I think it's an entry level card, so it's not really trying to be a good card, but I'm going to put it in the C tier. I think that's a fair recommendation. The next card on the list is the Chase Freedom Unlimited card, and this card gets 1.5% cash back on all purchases. However, it is a ultimate rewards earning card, so you can't actually use these and then transfer those out to a better card that we'll talk about later on. So because of that, and it is UR, I think 1.5 is actually decent for Chase. So I'm going to put this in the B tier, especially that it doesn't have any annual fee. And with it being a Visa card, it's going to be more readily accepted overseas and at some smaller shops in the United States. The next card on the list is the IHG Rewards Club Premier credit card, and I think this is a pretty good entry level to the Hotel Keeper card if you stay at IHG hotels. This card does have an $89 annual fee, but you do get one weekend night you can use this credit for. So you can just keep this card in a sock drawer, and then when you want to go on a trip somewhere, pay the $89 annual fee, and you can stay at any of IHG's properties. Because this is a Hotel Keeper card, I think this is good, but I think there are better ones out there, and since IHG has just devalued their program so much over the past 5 years, I'm gonna put this in the B tier. The next card on the list is the Marriott Bonvoy Bold credit card, and this card gets 14x back on Marriott. However, Marriott points really aren't worth a whole lot. They're kind of in the other Hilton and IHG class where they're worth around 0.004 cents per point. So 14 is somewhere around like 4% cash back, which is not bad, but there's better. You also do get 15 elite qualifying nights, so you don't get any status, but you can use this to rack up status the more that you stay. So because this is kind of an entry level card, I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the C tier. It does have no annual fee, so that is good to see. The next card on the list is the Marriott Boundless credit card, and this does actually have a weekend night, just like the IHG card. This card does have a $95 annual fee, and it does have a 125,000 point sign-up bonus when you sign up for the card now. You also do get 17x back on Marriott hotels, so I think this is a little bit better deal, because then you can use the sign-up bonus to get a good booking on the hotel, and then use the weekend night like a Hotel Keeper card and be able to book hotels anywhere that Marriott has to offer. So because of that, I do think that this is at least in the B tier. However, I could see that if you stay at Marriott hotels a lot and you want to rack up status, this could be in the A as well. But let's move on to the next one. The next card is the World of Hyatt credit card, and this is just like all the other ones that we've talked about so far. It is a Hotel Keeper card. It has a $95 annual fee, but you do get a free weekend night credit with it, and this can be used anywhere. from a category 1 to a category 4 hotel. So I am going to value this. I think this just makes the most sense to put it as a B tier. The earning rates just really aren't that great on these hotel cards, and you really just want to use them for what they're intended for, and that's hotel stays. Next card on the list is the Chase Sapphire Preferred, and if you asked me about the old Chase Sapphire Preferred, I would have given it in the C or D tier, but they've recently updated it, making it a lot better than the old one. Now you get 5x back on hotels and flights booked through Chase Travel Portal. You get 2x back on all travel purchases, 3x back on dining, 3x back on online grocery stores, really weird, and then 3x back on streaming services with 1x back on everything else. But the secret sauce of what Chase makes the Preferred so much better is you can do pay yourself back, so then you can use your transaction, your points that you do to pay yourself back at 1.25 cents per point, which is a pretty good value to see. That effectively makes a 3x multiplier 3.75, so that's almost around getting 4% back on those 3% categories. This does work with other cards, so the Chase Freedom Unlimited card, you can transfer the points over to this card, and then those points can also be used in the multiplier, so that's a pretty good value you can get. So I think this card is pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the A tier. There also is a 100,000 point sign-up bonus right now, so I think factoring all of that in, this card belongs in the A tier for now. The next card on the list is the Chase Sapphire Reserve card, and this just had its annual fee bumped up. So I personally am not 100% sure if it's totally worth it now. You do get a $300 travel credit. The annual fee is $550, but when you take away that $300 travel credit, you're paying $250 effectiveness for it. And then you have a DoorDash credit that you can use all at once. They don't divvy it up like American Express does. So that's going to bring it down to around $190. And if you're comfortable paying $190 for the benefits of getting 5x back on flights through Chase Ultimate Rewards, 10x on the hotels when you book through Ultimate Rewards, 10x back on hotels and car rentals when you book through Chase Ultimate Rewards, you get 3x back on travel and 10x back on Chase dining, and then 3x back at all your dining places. So you do get less multipliers than the Preferred, but the multiplier rates that you can use to pay yourself back at that I mentioned on the Preferred is 1.5 rather than 1.25. So I think factoring all of this in, I would bounce it between the B and A. I think I'm going to go with the A just because I think it makes the most sense there, but feel free to change this if you disagree. The next card is the Chase Edge Slate card, and this is a new card offered by Chase as of 2021. It's an entry-level card into Chase's new ecosystem, so I don't really see this being a card that credit card enthusiasts want to go after, so I'm going to go ahead and put this in the D tier because it does not earn rewards. However, if you are new to the game, this could be a card you could look into if you want to rebuild your credit score. The next card is the Chase Rapid Rewards Southwest credit card. Full disclaimer, I don't fly Southwest. They're not located at my airport, so I cannot comment on whether Southwest is a good airline for you. But what I will say is this credit card sucks, so don't get this one. This gets you 2x back on Southwest and free 3,000 points every year. It does not have an annual fee the first year, but the second year it's $70 and your first 2 free check bags are free. Personally, none of this interests me because I don't fly Southwest. I really just don't see this any higher than C tier. Next, we have the Southwest Rapid Rewards Premier Credit Card, and I almost had to do like a double take on this because this card is exactly just like the card we talked about before, but instead it has a $100 annual fee, and you get 6,000 anniversary points instead of 3,000. So that's literally the only difference in these two cards, and this card does not have a foreign transaction fee. So it still sucks. Gonna put it in C tier. Next, we have the Southwest Rapid Rewards Priority Credit Card. Southwest, you gotta come up with better namings of these cards because they all sound the same. What this card does is it is a $150 annual fee. You get 7,500 anniversary points. I have no idea how much those points are actually worth because I don't fly Southwest. You get a $75 credit to Southwest Airlines every year, and you get 4 upgraded boardings when available. So this card actually sounds pretty good. I don't think it's A tier, but I could see B tier, and I could see this being like an airline keeper card. The next card is the British Airways Visa Signature card, and full disclaimer, I don't fly British Airways either because that's not an American company, but this card gets you 100,000 Avios points. 5 obvious points for $1 spent when you book directly with British Airways, Air Lingus, Iberia. This card also has a $600 reward credit statement yearly for booking a flight to business or first class or economy when you are traveling to London. Very obscure, but yeah, there you go. If you're someone who travels to London a lot, by all means, this card probably makes sense. But you probably want to be careful because the reason why they're doing this is because flying to London, UK has very high surcharge fees, so they're probably just offsetting the cost. Sometimes it's cheaper just to go from the States to a other European country and then fly into London versus going from the US to London directly. So just keep that in mind. I almost wish I had like an NA column because I don't know how to properly rank this card. I'm going to put it in the C tier, but feel free to roast me on that. The next card is the United Club Infinite card, and this card does get you United access when you're flying United. It does get you 2x back for travel purchases, 2x back on dining, 4x back on purchases made directly with United, and a 7,500 point sign-up bonus. It does also have purchase protection and all that other stuff that you would expect with premium credit cards, but is all of this enough to outweigh a $525 annual fee? I very much question it. If you are someone who flies United a lot and you really want to go to United clubs and you don't want to pay for an Amex or another credit card, I'm really tough between B and C here. I'm probably going to go C. The biggest reason why is because the earning rates just aren't competitive. Getting 2x back, even if they're United miles, on a premium credit card just is not enough. You should use a different credit card to get more than 2% back. The next card on the list is the United Explorer card. This is a no dollar annual fee credit card that has 2x back on United airline purchases and 2x back on dining, 2x back on hotel purchased directly with the airline. You do also get a free checked bag, and you do get a $100 statement credit for global entry, TSA pre-check, that kind of stuff. And I'm kind of indifferent on this just because a lot of those credit cards already offer a $100 statement credit for global entry and TSA pre-check, especially also because this card does have a $95 annual fee. So because of paying that, I kind of want to put it in C tier. The next card on the list is the United Gateway card. This is another entry-level United card. $0 annual fee that gets 2x back on United purchases and gas stations along with local transit. I don't think this card is very good. I would skip it. This is D tier. The next card on the list is a newer card from Chase. This is the United Quest card. This is kind of the middle of the road in terms of where it sits in the United lineup. You get 80,000 bonus miles when you spend $5,000 in the first 3 months. You get a $125 United annual statement credit, so you can use this at purchases at united.com. You do get 5,000 miles back when you book a rewards flight with this card. You can do it twice per year, so it is a kind of cool bonus. Kind of keeps you in the system though, so you may want to keep out for that. You do get 3x back on United airline purchases, 2x back on hotels, 2x back on dining, 2x back on streaming services, 1x back on everything else, and you get your first and second bags checked. So all of this, I think this is a pretty good card. It does have a $250 annual fee, but if you're going to be looking at this card, you're going to be flying United anyway, so it kind of makes sense. I think this is a B tier. This is B. Okay, and if you're still watching, I really thank you for continuing to watch this. Be sure to subscribe if you have enjoyed this video so far. Next card on the list is the Iberia signature card. This gets you 100,000 bonus Avios points, 5x back on purchases made direct with Iberia, British Airways, and Aer Lingus, and then 3 Avios back when you book with a hotel, book directly with the hotel, only for the first 3 months. You also do get a $1,000 voucher that you can use towards 2 air tickets for the same flight when you make $30,000 of purchases on your card, so that's not a bad discount actually. This card does have a $95 annual fee, and you get a 10% discount on airfare when you book with your Chase card from Iberia.com/Chase. So all of this together, this is only really going to be used when you are overseas, and since I'm in the United States, I really can't do anything with this card, so I'm going to put it in C tier, but feel free to comment and tell me why I'm wrong. All right, and we're in the home stretch. 2 more cards to go. The Air Lingus card, Visa Signature. Very, very similar to the other card that we just talked about. However, this card does have a companion pass you can use. So if you spend $30,000 in 1 year, then you can get a free ticket aboard a Air Lingus Signature that's good for 12 months. Has to be an economy though. So I think this is actually not bad, because if you want to just funnel all of your spend onto one card, this makes sense. It does not have any multipliers for like grocery or travel or anything like that. It has to be made directly with Iberia, British Airways. It's the same multipliers as the Iberia card, but this Aer Lingus does actually have a little bit better. I'm still going to put it in C tier just because I can't fly Aer Lingus and this is my video, so thanks. Next, we have the Starbucks rewards card, and I'm going to immediately put this in D tier because no one should be using a Starbucks credit card. All right, and we have concluded ranking all of Chase's personal credit cards. What do you guys think of this list? Do you agree? Do you not agree? I would really like to know what you think. One thing that I thought was kind of interesting is Chase does not have any S tier credit cards, and I have actually thought this myself. There's really no card that Chase has that truly outweighs that much of its value. You could kind of argue that the Freedom Flex card is almost an S tier, but with limiting it only to $1,500, I feel like that's 5% back. And the rotating categories, you have to remember all of them, and they know what they're doing. So what do you guys think of this? Did you agree? Do you disagree? Leave me a comment down below. I would really like to know what you guys think. With that being said, guys, my name is Jackson. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and like this video if you want to see more content similar to this. Take care, guys. See you next time.